Good evening, viewers of the Void, or figments of my imagination, whatever you really are. Before we begin, it would be rude of me not to give a shout out to a fan who simply called themselves IT for sending this souvenir to my doorstep. It's a magnificent replica of the Candle of Life, and it came with a request for the subject of tonight's briefing. That's right, folks, even I have a price, and that price is being buttered up like a turkey. To no one's surprise, nor to their delight, the SCP Foundation has never had any hesitation regarding the mixing and matching of different anomalies for their own personal gain. While many creatures lost their lives due to the Foundation's repulsive efforts, one life was created as a byproduct. Due to an unnatural combination of two separate, inanimate anomalies, a drawing of a young girl gained sentience. The name given to her was Cassandra, which is a little too much if you ask me. As she had been kept in her own containment cell since her accidental creation, SCP-085 was unaware of her condition, content to converse with researchers through sign language and accepting their experiments on herself as if they were gifts. During these studies, the subject expressed a growing affinity for exploration and research, as well as the nickname Cassy. Upon making contact with any drawn or painted objects, SCP-085 has shown the ability to be able to move and manipulate them at her will. But the same could not be said for her drawn living objects, which remained stiff as statues even when pushed and pulled by the subject. SCP-085 would, therefore, only ever be allowed to socialize with the SCP researchers, while she, due to her innocence, remained oblivious to the true nature of her relationship with them and of their intentions. The entry of any kind of paper, parchment, or canvas was strictly prohibited within SCP-085's containment zone. Those were the only two materials that the subject could apparently transfer herself onto, but that didn't stop her from trying to make her way onto other surfaces and materials. Researchers eventually took note of SCP-085's tempered adoration for life, which made her a popular subject to visit. They sought to understand what made her happy, even in the conditions she was in. However, this would change, as her happiness would turn out to be temporary and circumstantial. One fateful day, at this rate all days are fateful, when an overeager counselor accidentally brought a research paper into the containment zone. SCP-085 excitedly transferred onto it, believing it to be a routine experiment. Within seconds, the subject learned everything about her unique condition and the Foundation itself, leaving her scared and in shock as she tried to comprehend what was going on. Since the incident with Siri, SCP-085 has exhibited signs of clinical depression and even existential dread, struggling to exhibit curiosity in the objects and world around, as she now knows it all to be fiction, a mere fabrication by the Foundation. For some time, the subject seemed to find herself more attracted to the tangible distractions of our world around her, showing a dedication to the researcher and their work, which was possibly an attempt to make herself feel like she belonged. She appeared to have been slightly more enthusiastic, until recently vanishing from her containment without a trace, despite having no known means of exit from the airtight sealed cell, and that's it. The story of SCP-085 is a short one, only being as long as it is happy, not nearly as gruesome or grotesque as the tales of the true SCP Foundation often become, so it doesn't take up much space in the data-mined SCP archives. Wait a minute. It does take up a lot of space. How can that be? So the Foundation thinks it can hide something from me, huh? They probably can, but I'm annoyingly persistent. Aha. Restored.
Hello, Cassy. It's Siri. Are you ready for Project Flare?
Oh, can't I? Let the game begin.